Hello, and welcome. This is Joe Gasper, and I'm coming to you from Chennai in South India. Today's presentation is all about your health. Your health matters. You know, what used to be called as geriatric diseases, chronic diseases, are now termed as lifestyle diseases for the young and the old alike. Things like obesity, heart diseases, high blood pressure, cholesterol, stroke, metabolic syndrome, diabetes, and even cancer. And unfortunately, the list does not end there. As you can see here, it says more items. Yeah. So if you click that, it gives a lot many more items. And this is taken from medlineplus.gov. So it is real authentic information about the kinds of diseases that are plaguing the whole world today. Now, scientists, doctors, and nutritionists agree that the primary causes of lifestyle diseases comes down to just three things, okay? Dehydration, oxidation, and acidification. Watch this and remember it, right? Because you're going to be seeing how it's all going to tie up later. Dehydration, oxidation, and acidification seems to be the main things which are causing all types of lifestyle diseases. Okay, now what if I told you that all these things have an answer in something that's as simple as water, right? The sources of water that we know and take usually for our drinking purposes are the water that comes from your tap, or we go here and use some kind of filtration system, or we buy bottled water, whatever technology has been made from, right? Now, the purpose of using a filter or buying bottled water is primarily to convert the dirty water or contaminated water that comes from your tap into clean water, because at the least we want to be drinking clean water, right? What if I told you that beyond the word clean water or dirty water, there's something called as bad water, right? Clean water is not necessarily good water, right? It could be bad water, and that's what we're going to talk about today. But fortunately, if there's something called as bad water, there must be something called as good water, right? Good water is what and how you should be drinking it is what we're going to cover in this presentation. Now, why is water so important? It's very simple, my friend, because your body is comprised of 70% water, right? Even those who are so careful and cautious about what they eat, as you can see now, are focusing on the 25% of the body, whereas the 70% fluid or water that's in your body gets oftentimes ignored. And that's okay, because still today you did not have a better solution to that. But stay with me and I'll show you how you can be taking care of the 70% of your body as well. All right. Now, we are going to talk today about a company called Enagic, which has a phenomenal branded, patented product called Kangen Water. Okay. And the company's mantra is very simple: change your water, change your life. Now, this company is a 43 years old Japanese company, and it's a medical grade equipment manufacturer. We're not talking about a toy machine. We're not talking about something very like in a small scale industry or something like that. It's a medical grade equipment, and I really want that to go into your mind. Okay. Now, the company has got 38 offices in 23 countries, and the list is something you can see here. But the company has only one factory where this equipment is manufactured, and that's in Japan. Okay. Now, Kangen water has three distinct properties: anti-oxidation, alkalinization, and microclustering. Just a little bit of history on this. Way back around 50 years back, early in the 1950s, the Russians found that there were some places in the world, such as Lakote in Mexico, Nordino in Germany, the Zamzam water that comes from Mecca, Lourdes in France, and so on, and even the Ganges of India, right, where people seem to be consuming or even bathing in those waters and having a lot of health benefits, right? And when they took samples from all of these waters and researched it, they found that these waters had all of these three properties, namely anti-oxidation, alkalinization, and microclustering. So from there, the Japanese picked it up and said, how can I create a certain water that has the same characteristics that can be accessible to everybody in this world, in their own homes perhaps, right? And they can have all these health benefits that all these special waters all over the world offer. And therefore came Kangen water. Now let me start first with the word alkalinization, right? Now alkalinization is very simple. The acid alkaline chart is a chart from 0 to 14 pH, okay? 7 is neutral, therefore anything below 7 is acidic. And what do you think it represents? It represents sickness, okay? Whereas anything above 7 is alkaline and therefore very, very good for your health, okay? So if acidic is bad for you and alkalinity is good for you, fantastic. We understand that when it comes to the food we consume. But how would it apply to water? Is there a way to prove it? Yes, and let's see how. Here goes.
We're going to go over here and we're going to test these waters for the pH of the water. So pH stands for potential hydrogen. And we have a little chart here where I'm going to show you, and we're going to put a few drops in these waters. And we're going to show whether they are on the acidic side or the alkaline side. We'll just put a couple of drops in each one of them. We have a nice little pretty colorful display today, right? And we'll kind of stir these up real quick so you can get a better look, and then I'll show each one of them. Let's clean that off. Let's clean it off each time. Okay. So let's go start here with the Dasani water, and we'll use this pH chart here and show. So the Dasani is what?
Very acidic.
On the acidic side, right? How about the Aquafina? Also acidic. How about the Smart Water? A little better, but still acidic, right? How about the Arrowhead Sparkling? Very acidic. How about the Alive Water? That's why I call it dead water now. How about the Gatorade?
Very acidic.
Also very acidic. And how about the 7-Up? Bet you didn't know you were drinking so many acidic things, did you? How about tap water? So right around neutral, right? So tap water is always going to be neutral to slightly alkaline because it's federally regulated by the government. So besides, the chlorine, the fluorides, they put lye in the water, which is a pH of 14, very alkaline, to raise the pH of our city water, the tap water, because if it were acidic, it would rust the pipes. So I don't think they're concerned about our pipes. They're concerned about the city pipes. So that's why it's always going to be in that range. So let's move on to the Kangen water. Now here's the star of the show. What is the Kangen water? Very alkaline, right? So with a touch of a button, we can change the alkalinity, and this one is 9.5 pH. So we all know that we should be slightly alkaline, right? Our body, because we're over 75% water. Unfortunately, look what we're drinking today, and the foods we're eating, and the air we're breathing. And so when you drink this water on a regular basis, just think about your bodily fluids, right? Now watch what happens. What did we just do? Just with a little of the water, we neutralize that and raise the pH of the water. We'll go to the Aquafina. Notice. How about the Smart Water? Notice I'm just putting in a little bit, right? So imagine when you're drinking this on a regular basis, what happened to the Arrowhead water? It was struggling, and then it went right back to acidity. That's because it's very acidic. Notice the Alive Water. No change. How about the Gatorade? Also no change. How about the 7-Up? So now we'll go over to the tap water. Notice it changed pretty easily, right? So now when you're drinking this water on a regular basis, that's what it's going to help your body to do to balance your pH. Now, I'm going to take the 7-Up here. Now it's already diluted, right? Watch what happens. Now think about you're drinking this on a regular basis. Watch what happens when we just add a little bit of that. Notice it takes it right back to an acidic state, just with a few drops. If you're drinking these things, ladies, and these are all pretty much in the same range, watch the Kangen water.
Wow.
We just destroyed the Kangen water with a little bit of diluted soda. If you're drinking sodas, this is right around the pH of about 2.5, which makes it about 50,000 times more acidic if you were starting over here at the neutral point. So that's how acidic it is. And I'm just going to show you real quick. This came from Wellness Magazine. And it says, what does it show the equivalent of soda is?
Battery acid.
It shows soda equals battery. Your battery in your car, the acid level of the battery in your car equivalent to soda. So imagine, if we want to stay on the alkaline side, you definitely don't want to drink anything like this, right? So as you can see now, that's the second property of the water that makes Kangen water so very special and why you want to be hydrating your body on a regular basis.
Now, why alkalinization? Again, watch this. Dr. Otto Warburg, a Nobel Prize winner for what? For cancer discovery way back in 1931, says no disease, including cancer, can exist in an alkaline environment, right? So if your body is alkaline, the diseases, the cancerous cells are going to run away from you, right? That's how powerful it is to drink alkaline water and to have your body alkaline, right? And even in the recent days, people who advocate good health, for example, Sri Ravi Shankar, the founder of Art of Living, says, and this is a public YouTube video, you'll find many videos, so you can just go check out the authenticity of it, no problems on that. Where he says that drinking alkaline water regularly balances the pH in your body. We use Kangen Water Machine from Japan in our own ashram. Okay, so alkaline water is good. That has been established, right? But if you would like to drink alkaline water and you go search online, here is an example of the price, that is being charged for it. Well, I checked this out in eBay India, and this is 16.9 ounce, which is roughly half a liter, okay, 500 ml roughly. Look at the price. It says 1429, okay, just a little above 1,400 rupees, right? Now, typically, and a lady is supposed to drink 2 liters of water every day, okay? So if half a liter is going to cost you 1,429, then 1,004 into 4, which is 2 liters, into 30 days is going to cost 1,68,000 per month, which turns out to 20,16,000 rupees per year, right? Not a small amount, right? So if it's a couple where a lady and a man drinks, that's 5 liters per day, and that would be 1,400 rupees for half a liter, into 10 bottles, right? That would make 5 liters, into 30 days, which comes to 4,20,000 rupees per month, which calculated comes to 50,40,000 rupees per year. Now, why am I showing this? This is to show that people do give a value to alkaline water. People understand the benefits of alkaline water. So am I asking you to put up this kind of money? No, of course not. As a matter of fact, I drink close to 3.5 to 4 liters of water every day, and I promise you that I don't spend 12,000 rupees a day to drink that, right? And I'm going to show you as we go along how you can get this water much cheaper for yourself, for your family, for your neighbors, and all the people you care about, all right? So let's move on. Now, what if I told you that even more than alkalinity, right, there is something even more important in this characteristic of the water, and that is anti-oxidation, right? This water is a phenomenal antioxidant, okay? Now, on a scale over here, anything that is on the positive side means it is oxidized already, and when it goes inside your body, it is going to oxidize you, it is going to age you, it rust you, so to say, faster, okay? Now, look at this. Tap water, could be in the region of 300 to 400 ORP plus, right? Now, bottled water are anywhere in the region of, 200 plus minus. And if you're drinking soda, as you will see very soon, they are extreme they have an plus ORP of 400. Okay, anything that carries a negative ORP is excellent for your body, and that indicates that that's a good antioxidant, right? When it has a negative ORP or oxidation reduction potential, that particular liquid has the potential to reduce oxidation within you. All right, now things like vitamin C, for example, which you could be taking in some form or the other, orange juice, for example, is a good antioxidant. Green tea, yes, a good antioxidant. And the cod liver oil, for example, phenomenal antioxidant, definitely. However, would it be possible for you to be drinking a couple of liters of green tea or cod liver oil every day? Of course not, right? But what if there was a water which had the highest level of negative ORP that you can find ever? And what if this, you had to drink water, maybe 2 liters, 3 liters, 3.5 liters a day, depending on your body weight? Wouldn't that be so much more simpler and easier if it is going to give you all the health benefits, right? So let's watch a small demo, again, thanks to Bob Gredeley for bringing in this phenomenal and wonderful demonstration for you.
I'm going to show you is what's called the ORP, which stands for the oxidation reduction potential. And we're going to show you that with a meter that shows whether a liquid has a positive ORP or a negative ORP. And if it has a positive ORP, that means it's bad for you, or it's oxidizing or aging or rusting. We all know what that is, right? And so if it has a negative ORP, that's what makes it a powerful antioxidant. So what we're going to do right now is I'm going to pour some of these liquids first. And we're going to start with Dasani. And we just put together an array of liquids that most people drink, right? Did you drink any of this? Dasani? How about Aquafina? Yes. I think I used to drink all of these. And how about Smart Water? Yes?
My holistic doctor gave me.
Your holistic doctor. Okay. I'll show you what I call it in a little bit. How about the Arrowhead Sparkling Water? Yes? Anyone like that water?
They have different flavors.
That's why I kind of liked it, was all the flavors. Actually, this was my favorite water. It's called Alive. In a second, you'll see what I call it. How about sports drinks, Gatorades? Yes, everybody like those? I used to drink a lot of sports drinks because, you see athletes drinking it, so it must be good for us. How about sodas? Do any of you drink sodas? Okay, and this is just tap water. Anybody drink tap water? And then this is Kangen water. Okay, so this is the pinpoint ORP meter. Now we're going to test the ORP of the Dasani. So notice Dasani is over 215 right now. Now we go to the Aquafina. How's the Aquafina? Go over 220 and climbing. How about the Smart Water? Over 230 and climbing. How about Arrowhead? Over 315 and climbing, getting worse. Alive Water. This was one of my favorite ones. 400, now I call it dead water. How about Gatorade? Any of you drink Gatorade? Like 393 and climbing. So remember, the more positive it is, the worse it is. How about 7-Up? Now, all sodas are pretty much the same, just we use light colored. So you'll see 394 and climbing. How about the tap water? 325. Here's the star of the show, you guys. Look at negative what? Negative 400. Now negative 426. So as you can see, when it has a negative, this is the only water that has a negative. That's why they call it negative water in Japan. That's why they use it in hospitals over there, because all the positive ones are oxidizing, aging, rusting, bad, internally on the body. But the negative water is neutralizing the free radicals, so that's why we want to drink this water and hydrate your body on a regular basis.
Wow, I'm sure you'll agree that that was indeed an eye-opening moment for you, right? Because most of us do not obviously carry these gadgets, and we have no way of learning or knowing whether the water you drink is dead or good or oxidized or not. But now that you know, you are one step closer to having good health for yourself and your family. But again, why antioxidants, right? What's the importance of antioxidants? And for that, I'd like you to know about something called as free radical. Look at that face, it's really showing what a dangerous guy this free radical is, Well, what happens is usually the healthy atoms look like this, okay? And they always come in pairs, okay? Pairs of electrons, right? Let me read it out to you very quickly. Free radicals are atoms, ion, or molecules that contain an unpaired electron. The unpaired electron makes them highly unstable and highly reactive, okay? Now, in a process called oxidation, free radicals steal electrons from other molecules, fats, proteins, cell membranes, and even DNA, altering the fundamental structure of the affected molecule. One unbalanced molecule, of course, may not sound like a major concern, but oxidation sets off a chain reaction by damaging a cell's DNA, structure, and ability to function, right? Now, this I've taken from globalhealingcenter.com, thanks to Dr. Edward Group, okay? Now, so this is how it happens, okay? Now, when the healthy atoms lose a particular pair of electron, one of the electrons in the pair, it becomes a free radical, okay? Now, how are free radical caused? Various reasons: emotional stress, oxidized food, alcohol or tobacco, pollution, UV and electromagnetic rays that we are so much exposed to in these days, excessive exercising as well, my friend. And you know what? It could be as simple as your normal breathing, yeah? So 2% of the oxygen that we breathe also consists of free radicals, okay? So literally everybody has it, okay? So if it is that common in every body, doesn't our body have a natural mechanism to reverse it or cure it, right? Or heal it? Yes, it does. Our bodies are equipped with a way to neutralize the free radicals through antioxidant enzymes in our bodies called SOD. But what happens is when you reach the age of 40, then the SOD in your body suddenly decreases, okay? So that's a hard part of it. So, you've got to live with free radicals unless you find a really unique and phenomenal way to get rid of it. And here's what do free radicals cause? Let's look at that. Free radicals cause cancer, heart attacks, diabetes, accelerated aging, and many, many health problems. So now let's address this question: why antioxidants? So when you take in antioxidants, right, the antioxidants tells the free radical, hey, wait, don't become a scavenger, the free radical, and don't go and disturb the other electrons around you. I will donate an electron to you, okay? I will donate an electron to you. So this antioxidant becomes an electron donor to the free radical, and everybody is happy, right? So I hope you can see now why antioxidants are so very important. And rather than going and buying artificially made antioxidants, probably the form of pills and so on, isn't it really beautiful and wonderful, that we have a water that can provide an amazing level of antioxidant required for your body, that ends up probably reversing so many of today's lifestyle diseases. Another very important characteristic of Kangen water is that it is micro-clustered. What does that mean, right? Now, water we all know is H2O, right? However, it does not come in a single cluster of H2NO, H2NO. No, actually, it comes in bulk forms, right? It comes in huge clusters of 24 to 26 molecules, which means that when the water is bulk or containing several molecules, then it is so large that it cannot penetrate it cannot go through, your cells, and therefore it does not hydrate them properly, and it does not flush out the toxins well. Whereas when the same water goes through the Kangen machine, it comes out as a microclustered water in just 4 to 6 molecules, and that gives a phenomenal and excellent hydration and all. Now again, is there a way to prove it? Yes indeed. Sit back and watch.
So now I get to show you the third property of the water, which is microclustering of the molecules. And so regular water, like tap water, is about 15 to 20 molecule clusters, whereas Kangen water is about 4 to 6 clusters, so much smaller. And you're going to get to see a visual when I show you that with these green tea bags. So this is Yamamoto green tea. It's a tea that I like. And so we're going to go ahead and put one of these in here in the first cup. And what do you have to normally do to make tea? You have to heat the water. So we're going to take room temperature tap water, and notice what's happening.
Nothing.
It's not making tea, is it? That's because you have to boil the water to make tea. So we're going to take another tea bag, and we're going to take the Kangen water. Notice what happens. What's happening to that tea bag? It's making tea instantly. Watch what happens when I go to pour again. Instant tea, right? The smaller molecules are penetrating the tea bag and drawing the tea out of the tea bag. Okay, let's take one and go. How about if we go back to tap water? No tea, right? So it's not a magic show, so you understand. It's just the molecules are too big to draw the tea out of there. We'll go back to Kangen water. Notice how it's drawing tea out of the tea bag, and notice this tea bag's still struggling over here, right? So let's take it back over here and let's see if we can get tea out of it. Notice, instant tea with the Kangen water. So I think you can understand with the microclustering of the molecules being 4 to 6 clusters, much smaller, how it's drawing the tea out of the tea bag. Now imagine when you're drinking this water on a regular basis, it's hydrating the body better. This water will actually reach the brain in 60 seconds, every part of the skin in 10 minutes. It will penetrate the cells much easier, carry nutrients into the cells, and carry waste products out of the cells. So I think you can see that drinking Kangen water with the negative ORP, right, the alkalinity, and the microclustering of the molecules, this should be the water of choice for everybody to drink because it's far superior water and beneficial for the body.
So as you could see from the simple demonstration, if you think that the tea bag sort of represents your cellular levels, the cells itself, right, then Kangen water can penetrate that and provide you more hydration, thereby taking the necessary nutrients to the cells of your body, give better oxygen, and overall, really hydrate your body. And now look at this. When this little plant was being treated to the normal tap water, this is what was happening to the plant and the flower, okay? Now, when the person started, giving Kangen water to the same plant, look at what has happened in just one day, right? And I know this is an authentic picture because I know the person who took it in her mother's office. And she bears witness and testimony to the fact that this happened just in one day. Now imagine if Kangen water has the power to do this to your body, to the insides of your body, and make you, fresh, vibrant, energetic, just like, this plant and flower changed from here, how much good would it do to your body, right? That's really amazing and fantastic, isn't it? Now, so far we covered about, the kind of drinking water that Kangen machine gives you, the Enagic Kangen water. It comes in 3 levels actually, at 8.5 pH, 9 pH and 9.5 pH. But the machine is actually capable of making much more than that, right? Just in the tap of a button, it gives you different types of waters. So the second one is called 11.5 pH, which is strong Kangen water. I'm not going to go through the details of that. I'll make a separate video, right? Maybe a part 2 or whatever. But just so you know, this machine does offer different types of water, one being 11.5 pH. This is not for drinking, it has other applications. And another one called strong acid water, which is 2.5 pH. It also has beauty water, okay, which is 5.5 pH, which ladies or even gents for that matter can use as toners and so on, and have a beautiful vibrant skin. And the last one being clean water with a pH of around 7, okay. Now documentation always beats conversation, right? And to prove that, Enagic has numerous awards and documented recognitions, okay. Now, like I said, the company is a medical grade device, which means that the company needs to have an ISO 13485 certificate. This is a certificate that says that this particular company is a medical grade manufacturer. This is much beyond the environmental certificate and the quality QMS certificate, so to say, okay. And I dare say that among all the ionizer industries and companies in the whole world, Enagic is the only company to have this, and that's really a big deal, because when you drink your water, over the period of time, you can be sure that the best of the material has gone into it, and you can trust the water that's come out of it, as a good product for you. Now, some of these are in Japanese, but let's also see that, the Japan Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare has also provided a certificate. Now, if you know about Japan, you know that this is no mean thing to achieve certifications from Japan, okay. Now, this here is the Water Quality Association of USA. Now, mind this, any company can go in the water business, so to say, can go and get themselves listed with the Water Quality Association. However, to get a gold seal certificate, okay, to get a gold seal certificate from WQA, you need to qualify, you need to prove that your product really meets the gold standards, okay. And again, among all the ionizer companies in the world, Enagic is the only company which has the WQA gold seal certificate, and various other certifications and so on. For want of time, I would just suggest that you go to the Enagic website and check out all these certificates and more that are listed over there. So let's look at this. We all know that exercising is good, right? And I'm no way undermining the importance of exercising or any other form of good health. However, despite knowing this, how many of us really spend a fair amount of time every day to keep ourselves healthy with good exercising? Or how about the so-called yoga, or bending your body backwards and straining your muscles and bones every day? Is this something you really do every day? How about eating 5 kilos of broccoli every day, right? Is this something that appeals to you? Or how about spending, probably thousands or tens of thousands of your currency, your hard-earned money, into buying artificial pills and vitamins and minerals, to keep taking all your life? Or how would it sound if you just have, a Kangen machine in your home and drink the best water that could give you all these health benefits that we just talked about, right? Now, to recap on the product benefits, Enagic Kangen machine provides the drinking Kangen water, which has a very high anti-oxidant property of -400 ORP or more, right? It's an amazingly high alkaline water with a pH of 8.5 or 9 or 9.5, which is something that you decide on the touch of a button. It is microclustered that we talked about, it hydrogenated, right? Amazing hydrogenated water, okay? Now, even if you have any one of these characteristics in your water, that's fantastic. Like we saw, if you have alkaline water alone, that's very good. But why stop with that when you can have all these, right? And as I said, it's not only the drinking water that this machine provides. You get strong alkaline water, 11.5 pH, which is, you can use it for deep cleaning and revitalizing your meat, fruit, vegetables, etc. It's a phenomenal degreaser, so you can use it as a, clean the oil and grime from stoves, floors and stuff like that. And like I said, I'll create another video explaining all these additional types of waters that the machine produces. Okay, for now let's just see what are those waters. So strong alkaline water 2.5 again comes from the same machine, and enormously phenomenal water for medicinal requirements. It helps in managing various types of skin problems. Basically disinfects, kills virus and bacteria, and people who have, for example, eczema or psoriasis, etc., can greatly benefit from this. Okay, now the third water is beauty water, which can be used for you washing your face, hair. You can add it to your bath water. It acts as a toner to yourself and so on, right? So with that, I hope you agree and realize that Enagic Kangen machine is not a water filter. For heaven's sake, do not still compare it to a water filter. Your water filter does not give you all the health benefits that we talked about, right? So Enagic Kangen machine is not a simple water filter. It is just not an ionizer, or it's just not an alkaline water machine. It's all that. It is all that, and it's much more. Enagic Kangen machine is actually a high-end medical grade device for your family's total health, right? I cannot re-emphasize this more for you to really understand that this is not just a filtration product. This is just not an ionizer. This is really, a high-end medical grade device all the way from Japan for your family's total health. Okay, now this model that you see here is the company's flagship product called the SD501, and it has a lifespan of 15 to 25 years. Okay, and it does come with even a 5 years warranty. Okay, so it's not a use and throw product for a short-term kind of a product. It's really a long-term amazing product that will sit in your house for a very, very long time now. So as you can see, I hope you have realized and hope you will agree that this could be the best gift for your family that you could ever think of. Okay, now perhaps the thing in your mind is, okay, Joseph, all that is fantastic. Tell me how much it's going to cost me. Okay, now we saw that for a couple to drink just alkaline water, which would be 5 liters a day, it comes to around 50 lakhs plus per year, right? Now, I don't know if you're in a position to pay this, but I would say that the great majority of people would not be able to buy alkaline water at this price. And again, when you say alkaline water sitting in a bottle, I hope you realize by now that it is also going to be oxidized, right? So it will not have the antioxidant properties that Kangen water has coming straight from the machine, right? But let's not go to 50 lakhs, right? Even if you take it as 2 liters a day, that works out to over 20 lakhs per year in terms of Indian rupees, right? But the machine is going to cost you far, far, far less than that, okay? The flagship model, Leveluk SD501, which is a medical device, comes to you at rupees 2,77,000 rupees, all inclusive in terms of taxes and so on, right? And this one comes with a 5-year warranty as well. Now, what is 2,77,000? It comes to literally 50.60 rupees a day. Okay, the company does have a model which is lesser priced than this, which is the Junior 2. Okay, now this is an economical model, and it costs 1,55,000 rupees, which works out to 28.30 rupees a day. Just a couple of bottled water, if you buy a day, that's what it's going to come to. How do I arrive at 50 or 28 out of the price quoted? Well, if I base the durability of this product as even just 15 years, okay, then that's what it works out to. That's how it is. And just as a point of clarification, the JR2 also makes the same 7 types of water that we discussed here. However, this has 7 solid titanium, platinum, medical grade plates sitting inside as a core engine, whereas the junior model has 3 instead of 7 plates inside. Okay, so that's about the difference and why the price is different as well. Okay, so one of the things I like to say is, don't take my word for it. Go ahead and search on YouTube. Use any kind of disease that you're familiar with, or something that is bothering you or your family member or somebody known to you, and just put in a search criteria, something like Kangen diabetes testimonial, for example. Okay, and you can see there are 27,000 results here. Okay, now another one, cancer testimonial, if you can see here, right? Now a heart, 35,000 odd results, arthritis, Parkinson, cholesterol, blood pressure, headache, right? There could be a lot of people suffering from headache or somebody wanting weight loss. Who would have thought that just drinking water, Kangen water can even help in weight loss, okay? Now here is a search criteria which goes as Kangen plus sleep apnea, right? Testimonial. And even for that you have several testimonials, okay? Joint pain, constipation, right? I've heard people giving, live testimonials and they really cry out because for somebody like me, constipation means nothing. I've never suffered from that. But somebody who suffers from that, when they get a relief, after years, by just drinking Kangen water, what a relief for them. What an amazing relief for them, right? And the list goes on. Osteoporosis. You can also check out what athletes say about it, because we talked about how much more energy you get by this and so on. So what do athletes have to say about this, okay, and so on. Now here is something that I came across where, one of the persons I know had diabetes, and if you can see here in the month of March 2006, okay, the person had a fasting sugar level of 146 and the ppbs of 274 and a weight of 89 kilos, okay. Now come April, it dropped to fasting 142 sugar level and ppbs as 206 and the weight came down to 84 just by drinking. And he has personally told me that he did nothing different in his lifestyle other than changing over to Kangen water. Everything was the same. The food he was consuming, okay, whatever else he was doing was the same, the exercise levels and so on. The only thing he changed was the water he was consuming, and now he was taking Kangen water. And look at what has happened. May 2016, fasting blood sugar 127 and 183 here, and the weight comes down to 83.5. And finally, in June 2016, I guess it's normal, fasting blood sugar 95 and ppbs 115 and the weight 82, and he is a happy man. Don't you think so, right? This is just, showing you again everything in one shot over there, right? So I also like to check out on YouTube what professional qualified medical doctors have to say about this, right? So when you check out on YouTube, there will also come about various phenomenal videos by doctors themselves talking about the various benefits of Kangen. And mind you, by the way, I'm not sure if I mentioned this earlier, but Kangen is a registered product of Enagic of Japan. You cannot, sort of generalize it with any ionizer or any alkaline water. This, we are talking about Kangen from Enagic of Japan, right? So there are several doctors who put their face and the name, to this brand because they have seen so many of the patients having phenomenal benefits by taking this water. The recovery period, the healing process is so much accelerated when they, supplement it with Kangen water. So let me leave you with a thought, my friend. If you or your family members have any kind of these lifestyle diseases, you would do well to immediately get your hands on one of these Kangen machines from Enagic and make sure, you walk towards a better life starting now. God willing, if you are in good health, I congratulate you. And I do not want to alarm you. However, let me tell you this. Chances are that your body, your cells are terribly oxidized or are getting oxidized day by day. Chances are that you are acidic as well, which can lead to several complications at some stage of your life or the other. Not only that, I do not want to alarm you. However, let me tell you this. Most people have what is known as dormant diseases, all right? When these dormant diseases show the ugly face or not is of course in God's hands, but the reality remains that many of us are walking around with time bombs inside in the form of, the diseases that have not yet exploded. I myself am a living example. 1 minute I was hale and hearty, walking fine. The next moment I had a heart attack when I was just 42 years old. All right, this can happen to anybody. All right, so do not wait for things to happen or to go wrong. When you have to rush to the hospital with 5 lakh or 10 lakhs in your hand, get into the preventive mode. Prevention is always better than, the other way of it, isn't it? So be wise, take a wise decision. All right, take a conscious decision, take a responsible decision. It's after all water. Okay, get your hands on this Enagic's Kangen Water Machine and help yourself, your family members and your neighbors, to have this beautiful water for themselves. All right, so now you have 3 options. Okay, one is you say, man, I really love this product, I'm really convinced I want this water for myself and for my family starting now. Fantastic, right? Get in touch with me. Now your second option, probably you're thinking, for whatever reason, well, I'm good, you know what, thank you, but I'm not interested. We totally understand that. Whatever is your reason, we respect that. However, in the future, if you do decide to pick up a machine for yourself or somebody you know whom and where to contact. All right, probably you're also thinking that, man, not just for myself, I can think of so many people I know who really would love to have better health, and what better way than to have this Kangen water, right? So in either case, do get in touch with me. Your health is now in your hands. I am accessible by WhatsApp on +91 73388 31817, or you could shoot me an email with a subject line Enagic Kangen to Kansas Kilo Echo Nancy Sugar Uniform Sugar at gmail.com. With that, this is Joe Gasper signing off. You take care, my friend. You rock.